Hey, we are excited to bring you our privacy news and regulation update. I'm Jodi Daniels, a privacy consultant based in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm joined by
Kat Code, and I'm a privacy consultant in Canada.
So, Kat, start us off. What is the first privacy regulation update that we should all be in the know of?
Well, here in Canada, we have two. Quebec, which is part of Canada, does actually have a lot of their own laws and regulations. So Quebec has a privacy regulation, which is currently called Bill 64, which is in proposal right now, which is very much like GDPR. So it has the right to deletion, it has the ability to do fines. They do have some specialty also regulations in Quebec around biometrics. So if you do have any kind of customers in Quebec, then you need to be aware of those regulations. And then the big one we have here in Canada is what's called C11 right now, or the Cppa. So that is the Consumer Privacy Protection Act. And that again is very GDPR-like. So in Canada, we currently have Cppa. Cppa does not have a lot of the regulations around, again, the ability to delete yourself. And so the Cppa is really looking to add a little bit more of that, as well as some definitions around de-identification, which are currently up for debate. So that's some of the things that are coming down the pipeline here. How about you?
Well, we're really busy here in the United States with alphabet soup. So kind of pick your C, a P, and an A, maybe some letters before and in the middle. Namely, Virginia. We have the Virginia Consumer Data. Oh, shoot. I already messed up the acronym on that one. It is the VDCPA. Oh, I was close. Virginia Consumer Data Protection Act. And that one is very close to CCPA, the California Consumer Privacy Act, but it actually kind of inches its way more towards GDPR. And that law is one to watch because it is on the governor's desk waiting to be signed, and it is expected to pass. It will begin enforcement January and effectiveness January 2023. It has some floors of 100,000 consumers. If you collect the data on 100,000 consumers, it doesn't have a revenue threshold like some of our other laws. And it has a number of very similar requirements like you'd expect with individual rights, requires you to be paying attention, have a business purpose with data, and a number of other ones. There's probably 10 other states with privacy laws being considered right now. There's 4 to 5 in New York. There's the Washington Privacy Act back for the third time. And we have others in Minnesota, Oklahoma, Illinois, Florida, Alabama, Arizona, Connecticut, Kentucky, South Carolina, and Utah. It's only March 1st. So there's a lot to be paying attention to. And they run the gamut from the California law, kind of as a copycat, all the way to being closer to GDPR, with Oklahoma having an opt-in requirement for the sale of data, which puts a lot of the ad tech into the opt-in bucket. So now, Kat, what should people be doing to get ready for any of these laws?
Oh, great question. So a lot of what we're looking at are similar. We're looking at people having to be, like you said, responsible for the data, ensuring that they're collecting things for the right reason, they're using them according to what they said they were going to use them for, and that typically we have some kind of legal basis or reason for which to collect data. One of the big things that's coming down in Canada, which I love, which we're seeing elsewhere, is the need to have a privacy program and prove that program. So you should have someone who's accountable inside your company for privacy. You should have some kind of governance set up around how that's working, and all of your policies and processes around privacy should be documented. So that's something you can do today that will help you moving forward, no matter what regulation is going to apply to you. What else, Jodi?
Those are great tips. You know, to be a part of all that documentation, you need to know what data you have. So hopefully, if you're listening, you've done a data inventory in the last year. It's always a good idea to have a plan to update that data inventory at least once a year, and really anytime you're going to change a process, collect new data, add a new vendor. So creating what that process is going to be, documenting it for part of the proof of the privacy program, and then really maintaining it. And how you determine, are you going to maintain that using privacy software, other tools, having a person responsible for that? So really the net is making sure you have a solid plan for data inventories.
Awesome. All right. So again, to recap, we've got tons of new privacy regulations coming really all over the world, although today we focused on North America. And no matter what regulations are coming and what affects your customers or your company, so both of them are in play, make sure that you are ensuring that you know what data you have, where it's coming from, where it sits, where you've got it stored, and make sure you're documenting a lot of these policies and processes that you are currently putting into place in order to manage both the data and the privacy programs that you're running. And as always, if you have any questions at all, throw them below the video and we will be happy to answer them. Thanks.
Thank you. Sounds great.